Last time we went through the setup and the specs of the blower BC600 system, unpacking the kit, installing the fan and getting it ready to go. Today we have finally taken the next step and running a test in the software. But first a confession, this part still didn't go so smoothly. I wanted to do a nice clean screen recording on my phone so you could see exactly what I was doing. But I couldn't for the life of me disconnect the iPad from the app and pair it with my phone. No matter what I tried, the app just kept wanting to talk to the iPad. So you're stuck with my slightly wobbly camera work as I recorded myself using the software. So if you see the screen flipping up halfway through, that was my camera holder staging a rebellion. Once I was in the app, I ran into another weird thing. When you hit the button to start a multipoint test, it took me to a completely different page each time. I rewatched the footage twice to make sure I wasn't imagining it. My guess, these are just teething problems. Once you're just using it regularly, the workflow probably makes more sense. But to be honest, I've never struggled with an app like this before, and I've used plenty of blower door software. Alright, now that I've aired my software grievances, let's actually look at what matters running the test. So this is the starting page of the software. You can select leakage test or multipoint test and general system settings, whether you're working with one fan or multiple fans, and that big disconnect button that doesn't quite disconnect. Okay, we've been to this page before. We want to do a multi-point test, so we're starting to fill out the page. Some general requirements, whether you're dealing with minimum targets you want to achieve, whether the building has ventilation systems or not, whether it's within a certain building volume or not. Which standard to use. Some building data, how many data points you want to take, whether the test is performed with ascending or descending pressure. I'm going to select the automatic here. I'll give it some preliminary building volume and surface area values. And say yes, we want to perform the test now, and unfortunately land on the single point page. So just following the process here, start the test, but this is not really where I wanted to end up. So I'm going back and forwards, and I'm just speeding up some of the back and forwards going between the screens here till I finally end up on the right screen, which is this one here, and it seems like this may be activated or deactivated by leaving the top section here closed, where it says requirements and standard, and here we can finally select whether we're doing a positive and negative pressure test like a passive house one, or just a single negative or single positive multi-point test. Finally, on the right page we can actually start the test process. So we want to enter our surface area if we haven't done that before, and now the software and the system actually shines because it does everything automatically, starting with the zero flow pressure or baseline pressure reading. So after 30 seconds it's completed its zero flow pressure difference. you can now take the fan cover off and proceed with your test. So outside of closing the fan, there's no requirement for you to do anything else. The fan will now adjust to reach that target pressure of 52 pascals. We're just speeding this up a little bit. This time we installed the blower check in a window. Look at it go. Still similar installation issues like I had the first time round. Canvases in the clips are just not natural in terms of installation. They keep falling off. I'm speeding up this part of the test because like any auto test, it's sort of pretty self-explanatory. The fan's adjusting for the target pressure and then taking data samples. And once the test is complete, you can see the diagram here, which looks very similar to a Tech-Lock test. And that's pretty much it. I'm not showing it here, but once you've finished your test, there's a data export button that lets you create a PDF report. Before you use it though, make sure that you set up your company details in the app, like name, address, logo, and tester info, so your report comes out looking professional. It does have a signature function, so you can issue your reports with a signature as you're exporting it into a PDF or via Messenger.